are going to look at this performance.
According to the latest Manufacturer CEO's Confidence Index, the confidence level of manufacturers rose slightly by 0.4 points from 50.3 in the second quarter to 50.7 in the third quarter of 2025. The report indicates cautious optimism among industry players driven by the central bank's 50 basis point cut in interest rate, suspension of the 4% free on-board levy, and new tax incentives for local raw material sourcing.
The current production conditions declined marginally by 0.3 points, largely due to the industrial disputes in the oil and gas sector, which disrupted gas supply, raised energy costs, and constrained manufacturing output. Despite these modest gains, it is important to emphasize that all current indices remain below the 50-point threshold, indicating that the underlying challenges, particularly high inflation, high exchange and interest rate, continues to weigh on the sector.
Over the years, the performance of the manufacturing sector has been largely oscillatory due to some binding constraints. In response, MAN has continued to intensify advocacy for friendlier operating environment for manufacturing and contributed meaningfully to industrialization, sustainable economic growth and development in Nigeria.
Data from MAN's 2025 State of Affairs report also shows that capacity utilization in the first half of 2025 stood at 61.3%, while manufacturing contributed 7.81% to Nigeria's GDP. The sector also recorded 18,935 job losses in the same period, with lending rates averaging 36.6%, one of the highest in recent years.
Members mentioned inadequate power supply. Number 2 to them is high exchange rate and forex scarcity. Third on their list is low patronage by government agencies. On the front burner of government initiative and policy, like we know, is the Nigeria First policy, which we believe by the time government develop the framework and they start implementing in partnership with the private sector, we believe that challenge will be a thing of the past.
The MAN think tank session, which gathered key stakeholders from academia, government, and industry experts, identified urgent reforms needed to accelerate recovery. These include the establishment of a manufacturer's bank for long-term concessionary credit, a dedicated manufacturing forex window, and the approval of the longer-awaited Nigeria industrial policy aligned with the Nigeria First framework.
The federal government should appoint economic and commercial attaches in countries with significant Nigerian trade and investment interests. For what? To strengthen market intelligence and export promotion. The Federal Executive Council should approve the implementation of Nigeria industrial policy. MAN should be accorded preeminent role in national power policy and granted membership of NEC and NERC.
The association emphasizes that manufacturing remains the heartbeat of sustainable recovery and inclusive growth, therefore calling on government to prioritize industrial competitiveness, policy consistency, and affordable financing to ensure that Nigeria's recovery translates into lasting prosperity. The MCCI is a quarterly gauge of the perception and expectation of CEOs of manufacturing concerns and performance of the manufacturing sector by the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria.